And good afternoon. We've got a few changes to the severe thunderstorm warning. Some went out. We have new ones also. Let's pull up radar now as we pull this up and go to Doc's Toyota radar. As we look at the screen this afternoon, we've out to the west of the Meridian area, we've got several severe thunderstorm warnings now. Let's look here what the National Weather Service has released just out here as we look at this to Newton County. This is going to be until 6 p.m. Jasper, Newton, Northern, Smith, and Scott County until 6 p.m. Let me make sure there's not something. This is dinging a whole lot for it to with the radar. That's all lightning there. All right, as you'll see here, we've got a tree down that I just got in from the Neshoba County Sheriff's Department. I'm going to post a picture of this. This is going to be, I believe, Highway 486, Blue Mo Junction. I know that was brought up a couple of times a minute ago. Hang on here. I'm going to get this up so you can see what I'm looking at. I'll have it in just a second. Sometimes electronics does not want to work the best. It just has a tendency to do that. All right, let me pull this down, and we're going to take a look at what we just got in on this. Again, a large tree down that Blue Mo Junction area in Neshoba County. And as soon as, here we go. Let's pull this up where you can see this. This is going to be a huge pine tree there in that curve, so use caution. This is Neshoba County. And we're probably going to see this in more areas here in the next little bit as trees fall with this wind. It's a lot out there, and it's a lot of rain that is falling. Again, that's Highway 486 near Blue Mo Junction this afternoon, where we've got a tree across the highway. Probably going to get more here. Now, let's look at radar. It is forever more raining in places this afternoon. We've got 4 counties at this point that have a severe thunderstorm: Neshoba, Newton, Scott, and Leake County, Jasper County. Let me change that. I messed up on that. Scott, Newton, Smith, and Jasper counties under a severe thunderstorm warning until 6 p.m. Now, as we look at this is heavy rain. Let's pull on locations here and look at what's coming into near Decatur. Right now, as you look at Conehatta, it is pouring. This is going to be at Conehatta within 10 minutes. If you live in the Conehatta area, be ready. Also, if you live near Turkey Creek, Decatur, be prepared. A lot of rain moving in from Scott County in your direction. Union is dumping rain on you. Anywhere north of Newton on Highway 15, use caution. And rain is coming as we see this. Let's go back on this. And again, this is, we look at Highway 489 here at Conehatta. That is a very dangerous situation there as you come across there. Treacherous as you go toward Union, 489. And again, that's going to cut right across there and again be there within about 5:30, 5:29 in that area there. Now, as we come across, we are showing some showers here at the Dollar General, Red Goat area, some light rain in Hickory this afternoon. As we dip south, and let's keep south for a second here, and then we'll go back up and touch on other areas there. Polkville, a lot of rain there as this comes across just north of Raleigh. It will be at Sandpoint within 27 minutes. Here's Montrose, Louin, where we typically have some severe weather there in Jasper County. And this is going to be the extreme western side, northwestern side of Jasper County under this severe thunderstorm warning. As you look at Jackson area, Richland, these areas around Florence, Puckett, tons of rain. Crystal Springs, a lot of it in Georgetown as well. As we come across here and we go back into Jasper County to look at what we've got here, this is going to be right here at Paulding there at the courthouse. And then light activity right now over Lake Edens, but you've got heavier showers coming. Downtown in Quitman, a lot of rain right now as we see this down to Jay's Taxidermy out by the co-op, even out where it needs water there at Archusa. We got a storm moving east of there that will be affecting Linton and Shiloh. Linton, 8 minutes. Shiloh should get the storm in about 8 minutes. Now, there's no thunderstorm warnings, but that doesn't change the fact it's flooding in these areas. Look at that. Carmichael, you're going to get wet. As we see here at the state line headed toward Lisbon, Alabama, it will be at Riderwood within 24 minutes as it exits this area out of Clark County. And we're going to call that the Snail area. Look at that. A lot of rain there. also up here at Energy Church. Now, let's look at southeast as we get into Lauderdale County. Highway 19, if you're going to be in that direction, it is pouring right now. It should be at Alamucha within 23 minutes. Should make it there by 5:44 this afternoon. And as we'll look at this is out by Charlie's, the Red Barn, Southeast High School and Elementary. The Boy Scouts is going to get wet. Here's the Girl Scouts. It's just due east of there. And as we zoom in on this to take a little bit closer look, this is going to be... Shiloh-Vinville Road is what we're looking at. Causeyville Road, those areas right there. It is treacherous right now. Vinville-Causeyville Road here as well. Now, this is going to be that Vinville-Causeyville Road, as you see, takes a left-hand turn and it goes back to 19. This is going to cross 19 right across there at the intersection of Henry Boswell Road, if I remember that right. Yeah, Henry Boswell, Leo McDonald Road. Right there at 19. So areas to be of concern out in the southeast area. Hadn't quite made it. Light rain out at Ricky Bobby's. Rain out at Wynot. As we move back to the southwest corner of Lauderdale County, we'll see that we've had some showers out around Stuckey's Bridge, just around north of Dunn's Falls. This is going to be at Meehan Savoy Road. Look at that. A lot of rain coming down in that area, too, so be cautious in those areas there on 59. We hadn't had near the wrecks up here, have we? Thank goodness on that. As we look at northern Lauderdale County, it's okay at this point. Not much going on there. We got a small shower here on the north end of Lake Okeechobee, and this will take you right on up in here in the Morton area, some showers. Could be a lot worse. As we move back into Kemper, let's look at that. It's a lot of rain coming down. I talked to Linda Jane just a few moments ago, and it was dark as we got out to the Giles, Mississippi area, right along in there. Now, this is going to be, as we move south of Scuba, this is going to be the Baca Valley area. This is old Midland Manufacturing, this area right in here. A lot of pine trees, a lot of hunting land. It will be at ML within 15 minutes and Sumterville, Alabama, within a half an hour. As you look at that, that's going to cross Highway 17 due south of the Chem Waste Plant as we come down through the UWA. And y'all also have a severe thunderstorm warning until 5:45. So about 19 minutes remaining on that as well. Now, let's go back over here and look at what's going on in Neshoba County. Highway 19 north. If you're in Philadelphia, you call it south, but in the Meridian area, this is Highway 19 north. Up to about Tucker there. It's a pretty rough area there. We got a storm. It's right there coming out of Union that will be at House in 17 minutes and make it to Herbert Springs within 26 minutes. At this moment, there's no warnings for Neshoba County, but it is raining buckets of rain with this storm that has prompted the severe thunderstorm in Scott and also in Newton County. Pretty rough weather there. Bree says wind is bad in Decatur right now. Let's see here. Downpour, Bree says downpour just about 3 minutes ago started there. Heavy thunder is picked up. Michelle, how are you there in DeKalb, Mississippi? House community, as we were talking about, you're going to get a lot of rain there. It's a storm approaching. Now, the storm that is approaching is going to be heavy rain and wind. It's not tornadic, but it's got a lot of wind with this, so just be cautious if you've got a tree on your home. As we saw, as we look at House, let me just show you how this works. Here's where the storm is moving toward House. Here's House here. That's going to be Talbert Enterprises. Right up in here is going to be about where Blue Mo Junction is. That's where that tree got blown down in that curve there, Blue Mo Junction. So concern for all of these areas here. As we look at that, let me close that so we can back out here. We've got this storm that is just due south of Union. It's going to be north of Decatur, making its way across, and should be at Beulah Hubbard 16 minutes from now, and also to Purdue within 24 minutes. Little Rock, you'll have it in 17 minutes. Little Rock sitting right there, 492, 494. All right, as we look at 15, rain is reaching Highway 15 south of Union and north of Decatur. Heavy rain there. And again, this area goes all the way over right there to the Duffy Volunteer Fire Department is where the severe thunderstorm warning ends, and cuts right through the Red Goat, comes down, goes into Jasper County, right there at Garlandville at the country store. and we'll come and take in Montrose and Louin and go back over to Polkville and then go due north just west of Forest, taking in most of that area up to the prison and then back due east toward Union, Mississippi. That's where the showers are. As you look at Philadelphia, now the warning expired that was there, but that has not taken away the heavy rain that we've got there on Highway 16. This is Bogachita. Anything south of Bogachita to 16 to 491. Look at the rain we've got back over to Highway 19 and then following 15. All that area there, that's the worst of what we got there. It's breaking up a little bit along 16 there. Still lightning happening, but not near the intensity that we've got here. Now we're picking up hail with this storm here that is making its way toward Rock Branch, Greeland, Beulah, all of those areas. We are getting some hail mixed in with this. So, Newton, y'all be prepared for that. Now, to my knowledge, getting Bob says abundance of rain coming down at Lake Edmonds. I bet it is. Right there near Talbert's there. Yeah, it's a bad wind, heavy thunder east of Quitman. Sebastopol, how are y'all doing there? Bad in Decatur. And you'll see that right here. This just popped up here in, all right, we got a little adjustment as we were watching this, as we were live there. Changed a little bit. Scott County is now out of this, and it's going to be just 3 counties at this point left in this. Newton, as we go to Jasper, and then back over to Smith County, now still under the severe thunderstorm warning. And we got hail that will be approaching Little Rock here in just a few moments there around where the post office is. Y'all see this area? Anywhere in this gray area that fans, here's Highway 15, this gray area that fans across. Here's Highway 494, and this is going to be the junction of Little Rock Decatur Road. All of that area is subject to have a bunch of hail in it. Up to 494 is far out to right there in the Purdue community. So be prepared, be ready for that. If you've got a car that you don't want banged up by any hail, slip it under a carport. You've got a little bit of time in between there and as you make it back over here. All right. This is Newton County right there. Now, as you'll see here at Philadelphia, this is sitting right over House is where we are. Here's House, Talbert Enterprises. This is going to be where the 4-lane kind of ends right there. This storm is moving toward Kemper County and will be at Rio in roughly 20 minutes. Here's Rio right inside Kemper County. This is going to be Herbert Springs. It'll reach there in about 10 minutes. Crossing 491, 19, those areas. A lot of rain right there in Neshoba County. And again, no severe thunderstorm warning, but it is a lot of rain and a lot of wind. We go due south of there, and there's that severe thunderstorm warning. All right, let's do this. And I want to go here and turn off the radar for just a second there. That gives us as you can see here, here's Newton County as you get into Jasper County and then right on in over here to Smith County. That's where the severe thunderstorm warning is. This has been canceled here. It has not made it to Lauderdale County at this point. It could possibly hold together to make it that far. Let's turn back on radar now that you see it. Now, this pink area is a severe thunderstorm watch until 8 p.m. tonight. And we turn back on that radar that shows us all the rain that we've got there. Now, we've got several areas already in Lauderdale County raining pretty heavy. Again, out by Southeast School on Highway 19, Stuckey's Bridge, we've got rain. And then we've also got rain up in the West Lauderdale area there, all around the lake there, Oak Tibby. We got a lot of hail coming in from Newton County that's going to be crossing right there just north around Battlefield, these areas. Y'all see that? That hail. Pretty good size there. It's going to move right off, and that's going to be, let's look at a road where that's going to cross. That's going to be Newton County Martin Road. If you live on Newton County Martin Road, be prepared. That's where that hail is headed at this point as it moves across from Newton. As we look at Clark County, starting to break up a little bit there in downtown equipment to move east of the town, east of Cooper's Chapel, and will be moving its way toward Bama across the rural route there at Hinton area. Also there at Sykes, you're going to be seeing a little bit of this storm as it comes across. Let's see, not a ton of wind involved with this one, but we do have a lot of lightning with this. Now, again, we've had some trees popping. Let me check my messages, make sure we hadn't gotten any more. Lightning within danger storm approaching Little Rock. And this does have, if you're in the Little Rock area, this danger storm approaching. Let's start here, and we're going to work our way back up. Here's Little Rock there. This is the storm that we see here coming out of Union. Tons and tons of hail. If you were to put the worst of what's going on in Newton County, it's going to be in that Little Rock area there east of Union at this point, as it is crossed over Highway 15 and moving to the east toward Little Rock, and will follow right along. It will end up there in the Duffy area before it's all said and done on 494. This is Little Rock here. You got several storms, one to the west, one just to the northeast of there, moving toward Lauderdale County, and then another bad round of hail and rain that is just past Highway 15, moving to the east, northeast, that will make its way at this intersection there of Little Rock, Decatur Road, and Highway 494. So heads up in that area. Some strong storms there, mostly to the north of Decatur, northeast of there. Now, as we get down to the Veteran Cemetery, we got hail approaching that also there on I-20. Not the storm that we've got north of I-20 by any means. All right, as we go to the southeast corner of Newton County, this is not a severe thunderstorm warning, but making its way to Lauderdale just the same as we see this. And what this will do, here's Stuckey's Bridge, and this is going to be Goodwater Baptist Church. It's going to split right in between the two locations. Here's Meehan Savoy Road West. This is going to cross Point Juanita Lake Road, and we'll come right across Meehan Savoy Road South is where this is coming from Newton County, moving due east into the Meridian area. That'll be south of the airport, Arundel Road area there. Right there is going to be Plant Sweat, or where it used to be, I guess is the way to word that. Showers coming up on Valley Road pretty quickly there. We got a little rain out here south of the Evangel Temple out by Greg's, and even down to the Clarkdale Superette. We got some showers there around the high school as well. Northern Neshoba, northern Clark County, not a lot happening there around Mathis Peaches at the moment. Okay, what did we just get? Severe thunderstorm warning for Lauderdale County. So that just happened. All right. This is going to be until 6:45. Let's go over what the National Weather Service is telling us now. Northeastern Jasper, southeastern Newton, southern Kemper, Clark County, and also Lauderdale County until 6:45. 553, severe thunderstorm located along a line extending from near Morton to near Pineville, moving east at 30 miles an hour. Ping pong size hail. Wow, 60 mile an hour wind gust. Radar indicated with this. And as we point out what the National Weather Service is telling us, not a lot of times do they put this in there, but people and animals outdoors will be injured. It's what they're telling you. That hail is dangerous, and if it were to strike you in the head, it would be beyond dangerous, is what we're getting at here. So if you're outside, you've got a pet that's chained up, do something. Help them. We don't want them hurt any more than you. We've got hail all around us as it moves across. Let's look at our locations here. This is starting to look like a NASCAR as we have all of this action happening tonight. We've got anywhere from the Newton County line due east to Livingston, Alabama, under a severe thunderstorm warning. From Raleigh due east to the Clark County line, the state line is under a severe thunderstorm warning at this point. Now, Let's start here, southern Kemper County. The worst of the weather has passed Scuba, has moved into the Bama line there, and it's fired off that severe thunderstorm warning for Alabama there, Sumter County. We've got a little bit of rain here way south of Highway 16 on the rural route, but Highway 17 getting the worst of that rain as well. As we moved here to the Kemper-Lauderdale County line, we have a storm that is in northern Lauderdale County, just right there. We've been watching this as it crossed Okeechobee. It's going to be affecting Shucktown in 7 minutes. Daleville, you will have the storm in 26 minutes, and Lizzie within 29 minutes. Lizzie Road there as it comes across. Pretty serious as we see this. We have hail right behind that. Will be at Morton within 24 minutes. And this is what we're talking about. If you've got pets, you've got a car, or yourself, you don't need to be outside. Right here at Decatur, we have a storm coming across at Blunt Store, Center Ridge. It will be there at 28 minutes. A lot of hail involved with that also as we see it. Now, as we go back out to Wynot, again, under a severe thunderstorm warning there, this is going to be at Alamucha within 3 minutes. So if you live in the Alamucha area, it's coming. And that's right there is where that is. Here's Highway 496. It's going to be right on top of you where it intersects there with Alamucha Wynot Road. If you live in there, be careful. The eye of the storm is quickly approaching your area there. It's going to be right up near the firehouse. It sits right there. It's coming directly toward that firehouse. The Boy Scouts, we're getting flooding right there at this point in time. Some of the worst weather that we have in Lauderdale County right there at the Boy Scouts on Highway 19. Now move east, southeast, east of Southeast School. We're getting rain there on Highway 19 right there at the racetrack. Again, we got a lot of rain here, but look what's coming. We look at all these arrows. If you live in Lauderdale County, I'll be prepared. This rain that's been developing to our west is headed in this direction rather quickly and will be approaching. Now, we got a severe thunderstorm warning for another hour. 6:45 is what we're being told on this. We have 2, 4, 5 different heads of storms that are moving into Lauderdale County from the west. Let's look back here on the backside of Newton. Newton, you're going to have a storm in the city within 13 minutes. Poplar Springs in 29 minutes, and that's right there. I don't want that to be confused with PSD Drive in Lauderdale County, but that's in Newton. We move to our second storm as we come across and watch this. This will be on the rural route when near Fellowship here in the next 15 minutes. That's going to be extreme southern Newton County as we follow that storm as it comes across there, and then coming into southern Lauderdale County about right around there, Fellowship, Mississippi, and then all this in lower end of 59 as it comes in. All right, let's back out. A lot of storms still happening here. Jasper County, you've got your fair share of showers and thunderstorms coming across Highway 15 moving east. Lake Edens, Bob, y'all be ready. It's not over for y'all just yet. Let's see. Rain, Kemper County, bad. Lights are off. We're going to check that in just a second. I'm not sure what you're not hearing there. We're feeling rain barrel on hail in Alamucha. We're getting word of that. Hail near Hickory. Lights are out in Scuba. That's what we're getting at. And let me do this. Let me pull up so we can see. Now, all this always usually indicates. Yeah, we got several out of power here that we need to pull up and take a look at. As storms come across, this is where your trees are going to be down. That's why I had somebody question me about that before. This is where your major storms have come and wind has been attacking it. We got some down here, equipment we're going to look at. We're going to start here in Kemper County. We roughly have 347 people in Scuba in the area there. And let's zoom in on this, where this is. This is going to be from Wahalak due east all the way out here past Lover's Lane. Bennsville, all of this area, and right up to that state line is without power there in Kemper County. We've got a little area right there. Let me back that out. But this is Scooby, what we're looking at here. This will cut across right there at the intersection, across the intersection, and go up all the way to Wahalak, right there to the county line, and then go due east out past Tunizo Place, and then around the curve there. Now we got about 30 people due north of DeKalb. Let's zoom in on this and look at this area here. That's Wahalak Road. This is on that west end of Wahalak there. Is where that is. If you come off Highway 45, what this is, if you come off Highway 45 and you go due west till you run out of pavement, that is where you're going to find that area there. Not a lot of people live in that area. I've been through it many, many, many times. It's dirt roads from there, all the way from there to DeKalb. If y'all remember, God bless him, that I was probably 16, 17 years old when that man was murdered there. Was it Mr. Parsons, if I remember right? Had someone, and this is just how bad things happen. I know a lot of you Kemper Countyans will remember that, of where a hitchhiker come off Highway 45. They went down, him and another woman, and they killed that elderly man that lived there. This was quite some years ago. Always watch your doors, is why I say that. The unthinkable can happen. Is what I mean by that. As we go back to radar, here's what we have. Thunderstorms all around us here until 6:45, and let me show you that of how 6:45. This is going to be for Lauderdale, Clark, Newton County, and also Jasper County as we watch these. This backside of this is going to expire here in the next few moments, and then just leave this eastern side from Hickory all the way to the state line there. Now, we still have a severe thunderstorm warning up by, we hadn't talked a lot about the Livingston area there, but this is going to go, let me go back on that, until 5:45. Just about 3 to 4 minutes left on this. This is York, Alabama. It's going to be due north of there, moving across Highway 17 toward Livingston, and we'll reach Livingston within 30 minutes as it exits Kemper County, as you'll see that, cutting right across toward y'all. As of this moment now, let's look at our worst of rain. We're looking at Newton County, and it's spotty. Most of the worst of it's east of Decatur on Highway 15, and between there and the Lauderdale County line. Now, south of I-20 from Newton down to Montrose is pretty hectic right now, and it's giving it a run for the money of being a little bit possibly worse than it here northeast of Decatur, making its way toward Little Rock. Little Rock, y'all be prepared. You're going to get a lot of rain here in just a moment. As we move down here, we've got two cells that are coming across Montrose at this time. Montrose, you'll have the second leg of this storm within 24 minutes right in the heart of the town. We've got one that's sitting on top of Montrose now, moving to the east, and will be near Gridley. Right there. That's Gridley. It'll be there in about 20 minutes also. As we look at Pachuta, Clark County there at the line. Look at Lake Edens. Y'all are getting wet. Not a good day to go fishing at this point. Beverly said the temperature has been dropping rapidly on North Hill Street, 40th Street, right along in that area there. This rain will do that. Downtown events, I doubt, are going to be able to continue. If you've got any event going on outside, you need to call it. I can see the trees shaking. It's raining hard here now. So it's time to call it quits for the day if you've got an outdoor event going on. It just is not going to happen. Let's look at eastern Clark County. This is going to be at Hinton in 15 minutes. And let's move in on this as you'll see that. Look at that. This is Highway 18 East is what we're looking at, and this is County Road 430. Now, I hadn't gotten any. Let me text the sheriff and see what we got in Clark County, if anything's happened there. Weather storm watch until 8 p.m. We got thunderstorm watch until 8 p.m. We don't need to forget that. All right, we'll check in there, and let me check in with also in Neshoba County. And we'll check on Newton also. We'll see what we get back from all these different areas there. All right, we'll get some replies here in just a second. We'll go straight to the source and get those. What we're looking at here is Clark County. Here's Quitman We're following that highway east, 18. Y'all be prepared. Butler, Alabama, you're going to get another round of storms coming from Clark County. Hopefully this here in Pachuta will fizzle out before it goes across the equipment area. That's what we're hoping. This back in here, it's pretty rough there as we watch this from Hickory as it approaches Lauderdale County. So if you're in Lauderdale County at this point, I want you to be aware of the storms that are coming. It's going to rain. It's going to be extremely windy in the next, say, half hour. We're sitting at 547. We're 1 hour. This is how the National Weather Service put this. They extended this an hour. They didn't hold back, did they? As we see this coming across now, mostly once this line here crosses, the Meridian area should be out of the bad weather. Now again, this only goes. It's got 2 hours remaining on this thunderstorm watch until 8 o'clock. Most of this will go south and move across Clark County. Once this area here, once Newton this passes you, it will be better. Let's put this into motion to where you can see how these storms have moved. You see that? This is going to float right on down. Let me get this back out further. You can see that again. So we don't see this making it all the way to 8 o'clock. We may have some showers, but I don't think we will have the weather threatening us like what we've got right at this point. Now, let's look at our areas here and go over. All right, now, let me see. I'm starting to get some stuff back. A few trees down in Newton County, nothing major at this point. That's good news. Nothing happening in Clark County as well. As we look here, lightning in the area of Kentucky Fried Chicken in Noxubee County. Okay, all that's good. All right, wind is picking up at my studio. I can start seeing everything kind of outside the windows there, bowing a little bit there. They're leaning and going back and forth. Let's look at this. We're going to follow these storms coming out of Newton. If you're in Newton right now, anywhere near that Lauderdale County line, it's raining. So Highway 494, y'all be prepared for what's coming. Let's look at this in the northern part. This will be at Daleville within 16 minutes and reach Lizelia within 19 minutes. You've got a storm moving across there. And again, here's Daleville, here's Lizelia as this comes across. All right, let's look at this storm that is, right now, this is sitting, let me close that. This is going to be sitting right, the Center Ridge area there in Newton County. This will be at Chamberville. Anybody watching from the Chamberville area? You're going to have this storm at your home in about 16 minutes. Debbie says it's raining horrible in Cicalina at this point, and we see that on the radar there. Mosley area, you're going to have the storm within 23 minutes. And then a second storm, as you'll see here, headed toward the Cicalina area directly out of Newton County, headed toward that Cicalina area directly toward it there. Let's do a fresh reboot here. Make sure we got the most accurate information that is out there. All right, let's look at Hickory and I-20, what is moving toward Meridian. If you're in Meridian trying to go toward Newton County, wait. Find you a good parking place. Wait this out. This will be at Chunky within 14 minutes, Meehan within 26 minutes, and Graham within 30 minutes. Now, I have not been notified of any wrecks at this point. We certainly hope there hasn't been, but if you're traveling I-20, please be careful. Let me check with someone. All right, I hadn't been told of anything. There hadn't been anything major. All right, I would have probably gotten something by now. But we're seeing a lot of lightning with this coming out of Newton. Look at this. Let's move in, turn on some locations where you'll know exactly what we're looking at here. Here's the Dollar General here in Hickory. Look at that. Just to the northeast of there, this is what's coming toward Lauderdale County as we see this. Look at the rain back on this, and we'll zoom in. Here's Highway 15. And we get a little bit closer. This is going to be Airport Road and the junction. I believe that says Portachito. Is that correct? Portachito Road. That's unique. In all this area up here around Poplar Springs Road. And I believe I believe that's Harrison Road is what that is. They tried to write that sideways to mess me up, didn't they? We got heavy rain here all around the high school, even out here at Myers Processing as it comes across. Now, as we see this, as it kind of moves northeasterly, here's 20. It's going to come right at the prison, that area there. So if you're out at the prison watching us, be prepared for this. Downtown Collinsville, Piggly Wiggly, y'all be ready for this as this storm comes across the parking lot. It'll be there in just a few moments. This is Chambersville, this area there. 15 minutes, you've got another storm. It's raining hard at Chambersville now, but it's going to be raining a little bit heavier there. Getting word that Lawrence, Mississippi, out of power, and that's going to be right about, let's see here, about right in here. Here's Lawrence, here's the post office. So power out in that area. House community kind of spooky at this point. That's what we're being told. They're raining hard in Chunky, Lost Gap, a lot of rain and wind. All right, no new Nellyburg. Liz, I agree with you, that Nellyburg area there. And this is right here is the Nellyburg area, right along in there where it comes up on the Rock House Trading Post, Owls, all that area there at the back porch. It's coming heavy. So if you live in between there and the country store, be prepared. If you live in this northern portion, now this is the worst that we've got. Let me close that out and zoom in on some of these roads there. It's crossing into Lauderdale County now. Chamberville, look at this around Chamberville. Look at that rain. If you live in there, it's hard right now. Here's Sharp Memorial Church, Highway 494, Providence Church. But again, right there at Chamberville, it's rough right now. This is quickly coming up on Freeman Tractor as we see this right there in the curve. And then this will travel all the way back down here to Sicalina past the ball fields. Look at the lightning that we've got on the rural route. This is, let me hold this over this. When did that strike? 5:43. That was 10 minutes ago. 5:52. That was 1 minute ago, 60 seconds ago. We had lightning striking there. 3 minutes ago. All right, let's look at Highway 19. 550. The lightning, if you live on the east side of Highway 19, anywhere near the lake and toward Highway 39, be prepared. Lightning is coming that direction here in the next few moments. Possibly some hail mixed in with that also. Collinsville, you'll have this next round there at 22 minutes from now. It will be right there. And let me turn this on. This is telling us this storm will be at Hookston, Sicalina. You've got another storm within 9 minutes. Pine Springs Road, be prepared, 20 minutes. And then Bailey, it'll make it all the way on the other side over here in about 30 minutes. Let's do this. Let's see. Look at this area here of hail. If you're watching, never watched our radar before, the purple indicates hail, and we've got a lot of it out on Highway 494 and around Collinsville if you live in those areas. So that tells us anywhere east of Highway 19, be prepared. The likelihood of you getting hail is pretty strong also. Look how it made that loop up from downtown Newton, followed Highway 15, and then went through the Little Rock area. And it was, look how dark that is. That indicates that there was a lot more hail in the Little Rock area than it was anywhere else. Let me check something just to see what we've gotten, if we've gotten any new pictures of anything that I was not aware of. Sometimes we do. Here's a prime example of that. As we had a picture come in from Little Rock, look at the hail. Sarah, I do appreciate you sending that in to us. That's pretty hard and heavy there. This is going to be John C. Collinsville. John Norton sent that in, I believe. This is looking north at Collinsville on Highway 19. That's dark crossing there. Decatur, got some hail there. Thomas, thank you. We'll look here and look at this downtown road. Whoa, let's make that picture a little bit bigger. Look at that behind the 3-foot building as we see that. And again, if you've got an event going on and you're trying to sell some cookies or whatever it is, it's time to pack up. Sebastopol. Oh, we got, ooh, that's big. That's a lot of it there. And then we're back to there. And now let me do this so everybody can see. We're going to put that to the top of the page to where it's a little bit easier to find there when you come to the to the page to see all of that. And again, we'd love to hear from you. If you've got reports, you've got video, please send that in to us so we can share that with everybody. Let's go back to radar now as we pull this up. Let me turn off this hail. Let's look at our damaging wind path of what we've had. Look at that. Now, the darker the green, the worse the area is of wind. You see that, don't you? We've had some strong wind, especially on this west side here as we look at that. All right, let's turn that off and look at what we got. A lot of lightning. Newton, Neshoba. Neshoba is starting to break loose. Kemper County, just the southern end of you into Lauderdale County, is still a threat. And Jasper County has a lot of activity going on, which means it will affect Clark County here in the next little bit. Butler, Alabama, y'all be prepared. You've got a lot coming out of Mississippi toward you as well. All right, let's start here in Lauderdale County, and we're going to go due south. Look at Livingston, go due south, and follow this on each side of this so everybody kind of understands what they've got going on. Livingston, Alabama, you've got a storm that will be approaching you within 20 minutes. We got another storm right there at the state line as it makes its way toward Livingston also. It'll be 30 minutes before it reaches you there. Now, as we go here to this northern portion, just due northeast. Let me turn that off. This is going to be at Tompton in 4 minutes. Here's Marion here past the Cotton Gin. Topton right there. It's going to be a crossing there. Here's the old Aiken Airfield right here. Sitting right there at the Cotton Gin as it crosses Highway 45. A storm arriving there in the next little bit, and is telling us that there's a 60% chance that there's hail mixed in with this storm here also. So if you're watching us and you live in that area, anywhere, what's it, Cotton Plantation? Isn't that the name of that subdivision? This right in there, all of that area there, y'all be prepared for this. Let's go back over to 493, and this looks to be, if I'm guessing, that's right around Lee's Bait and Tackle. If I'm not mistaken, that's going to be cutting across there to Marion within 12 minutes and reach the Russell area within 23 minutes. Let's turn on some locations here. Yeah, that's exactly where that is. This is that sharp curve to where the state of Mississippi replaces the guardrail every other week. Y'all know where I'm talking about as it moves east across there, and it's going to hit right toward the soccer complex there on Highway 39 near Barham Funeral Home. So if you're in there, Northeast Middle School sits here. Here's Commercial Bank. Here's the ball field, and this should be about where the store is there. Here's Lindley Road in Marion, Lamar School, as it cuts right across there. And this is going to be at the intersection there where the 4-lane meets, Highway 45. So that's what we've got there. A storm just to the east of northeast as we looked at that. We come down in Rainbow Lakes, you're getting some showers, but it's worse due north of you. Look at the rain back behind here that's going to be coming. The Meridian Airport flooding that area around MCC now. Anywhere from Collinsville all the way down to MCC is treacherous to travel at this time. Let's see. Chris says large tree branches across North Hills between State and Bounds Road. Storming near the Evangel Temple. Thank you, Angie. We appreciate that. Horrible on the interstate. Seen a lot of cars pulled over. Mayat Road slacking up a little bit. That's good news. Hard rain downtown, Shirley says. And we do have a lot there. Lost Gap area there, tons of rain. All right, here's the Evangel Temple. If you live anywhere out here in the Clarkdale area, you've got a lot of showers coming. Look at this as we pick up the Red Goat, and it moves east. Red Goat right now is right where that severe thunderstorm warning line is, and will move due east into Lauderdale County. And it will follow that. Stuckey's Bridge, y'all see this, and this is going to be about 40 minutes before this reaches you out of Hickory there, but it's coming that direction also. Chunky. Look at this. They're at the post office. That's True Light Church, Union Church. Look at that area there. Ridge Road, Beeson Road, all this True Light Road. Jones Street. There at Chunky. Can't deny that rain at all. Also there at Hickory, we got a lot happening there as well. Now, as we move into, let's look at Clarkdale, raining heavy there at the school around the Superette. And we've got a storm that's going to be headed toward Mathis Peaches here in the next few moments. There's at Bassett in 8 minutes. We'll be at Roy within 20 minutes. That's going to be right there. and then move on into DeVoe within about half an hour. So we want y'all to use caution, be prepared for this. We're getting heavy showers there around Enterprise, past the Piggly Wiggly, Long's Fish Camp, all of that area. Now, light shower activity going on out at here at the park. Not much happening there at Clarko just yet. We have another storm that's going to be coming right toward Archusa, this to the northeast of Pachuta. This will reach Quitman in about 20 minutes from now. All right, let's turn that off. Here's Pachuta, and again, this is going to be crossing around, that's Highway 512 there around Pleasant Hill Baptist Church. Storm's going to be about due east of there, about a mile past the church on 512 is what we've got. And again, the severe thunderstorm warning cuts right across there at Jay's Taxidermy and will cut across to Manassas. The southern end of the county, if you live in the Shibuda area, you're going to get rain, but you're not under a severe thunderstorm at all. We look back over here at Jasper County. Now, this is not under a severe thunderstorm, but right there at the hospital, Jasper General, it is flooding right now, cutting up. It's going to be making its way toward the Paulding area, all of that. Montrose, not under a severe thunderstorm warning, but boy, we've got a lot there. Back around Taylorsville, look at this severe thunderstorm warning that's here. This goes from Wesson to McGee to Taylorsville. That's a lot of it. Now, as we look at this area, let's do this. This gives us that bird's eye view of what's going on here. York, Livingston, Demopolis now under a severe thunderstorm warning, and this will go until 6:30 for Demopolis, Alabama. So Livingston not under a severe thunderstorm warning at this point, but as you can see here on radar, you've got a lot coming your way. Butler, Alabama under a severe thunderstorm warning. This takes in Pennington, Lisbon, all of these areas here, Highway 17, as we'll look at this. Here's Alabama 10, Highway 17, those areas there under that. Lots of lightning over there as well, all around Butler. Y'all be careful, Butler, Alabama. As we look back here, here's Clark County, Enterprise, and all of that. And then back out here to our west, let's look at this as we look at Natchez, Mississippi. A lot of fog showing up on radar here at Natchez as this storm comes across. Macomb, Hattiesburg, you're going to be getting affected by this if you're watching us from the south area. You're going to be having storms here in just a little bit also. North Meridian getting a lot of rain. Thank you, Becky. Severe thunderstorm warning for Lauderdale County. Yes, we've got that. That is until 6 p.m. if I am not mistaken. 6:45 is what we've got on Lauderdale County. So that gives us 41 more minutes on this storm as we watch it very carefully. Now we're starting to get some damage reports here. Let's look at Philadelphia here. Numerous trees and power lines reported down across the county as we showed you those roadways a few minutes ago. Let's look at Winston County. We magnitude 1 inch. Noxapater. Boy, look at that. Hail, 1 inch size hail there. Right there at Noxapater. And I know we have a lot of people that watch from the Noxapater area. Here's Louisville, Lake Teocata, those areas there. And right there we had thunderstorm wind damage. A tree down across Highway 5, across 14 in Atala County. That's coming out of Kosciuszko going toward Louisville. We had that. Now, Philadelphia, Neshoba County, you are now out of the severe thunderstorm watch. So is Winston County. But as you'll see here, Kemper, Noxubee, Lauderdale, Newton County until 8 p.m. All right, let's turn our radar back on so we can see what the storms are doing. Heavy, heavy rain over Meridian, isn't it? Somebody mentioned southeast. It's not to you yet, but it's coming. We're on the western side and northern portion of Lauderdale County at this point. As we look at this, just due east of Newton, Mississippi, we have the severe weather picking up right around Hickory. Now, they've moved the severe thunderstorm east of Hickory now. Chunky is the line in Newton County. It's just a very, very little portion of Newton County that is still under a severe thunderstorm warning. Most of Lauderdale County is in this. It cuts across, midways across Lake Okeechobee is where the severe thunderstorm warning. In Collinsville, you're still in it at this point. We've got a lot of rain headed toward Tumsuba. The downtown area is treacherous. I-20 is dangerous at this point. Wait this out. After you get to Newton, it's calm. If you're in Newton, you need to go to Jackson, go right ahead. You can handle that now. But the area in between Meridian and Newton, dangerous, very dangerous. I-59 due south to Pachuta is dangerous at this point. If you're traveling south, headed toward New Orleans, you've got a place to go down in that area. Wait a little while. This is going to be rough as you get past Pachuta. You'll see here, all of this area that's back over here around Raleigh is going to cross the Heidelberg area here in just a little while. We've got a lot of rain happening here in Lauderdale County. Let's look at our roads and locations of some of this bad weather, what we're looking at here. Stuckey's Bridge. Boy, look at this right here at Dunn's Fall. That's heavy. Dunn's Fall Road. There sits the falls. This is right on top of it. It's flooding there if you live anywhere around it. Point Juanita Lake Road, Enterprise Chunky Road, bad stuff there. Meehan Savoy Road. Use caution on all that area. Now, there's a small, and when I say small, section of Valley Road that it isn't flooding. It's so small that probably within the next 60 seconds, it's going to be covered in it too. Out by Greg's, right there, it's approaching there. We've got it at the Evangel Temple as you come up the hill there. It's rough. It's rough there. Dr. Brock Road, y'all be careful anywhere around that. The Evangel Temple, as I mentioned there. And it's making its way right out to Long Creek. If it is not raining heavy at the ball field now, it will be there in just a little bit as we look at these areas here. Now, as we move up the downtown area, let's look at what we've got going on here. As you come off 22nd Avenue Bridge, head toward downtown SMI, as you go past that area there, lots of rain. As you cross 14th Street up by the hospitals, all the way down 8th Street out to MCC, treacherous Highland Park, it is flooding Meridian High School. Look at that area there. And that travels all the way over here to Highway 45. This is North Hill Street. Look at that. Here's Northcrest Baptist Church all the way to Marion. Heavy. As we go north of there, here's the soccer complex, Highway 39. Northeast Middle School is going to sit here. The elementary school sits here, flooding in both areas there. As we follow 493 out, now this is going to be the Bailey area. This is split. As we look at this, this is going to be King Road right here. 495 where King Road cuts across. Heavy rain as you go north here. And if you're sitting here around where Ma Bell sits, or the old Hughes Telephone Company, and it's a school of some sort, I think now, North Lauderdale Water Association, you've got heavier rain coming your way from Oak Tibby. West Lauderdale High School, Elementary, even out here at Daleville, Sam Dale Monument, you've got a little bit more rain coming. The worst of the weather is sitting right here right now as we look at this. On top of this, this is going to be at Tomb Suba in 13 minutes if you're in Tomb Suba. Again, here's the Aiken Airfield. This is Rainbow Lakes, and you follow this up Russell Tompton Road. That is where it's coming across there. And there's the eye of this thing. Right now, let's zoom in on this. Knox Road. A lot of things happen at Knox Road as it crosses Russell Tompton Road. Right there is where Tom Bailey Lake is. If you live at Tom Bailey Lake, get ready. It's going to rattle some windows here in just a second, and you're going to think Noah has arrived because it is heavy coming your way. Here's Russell Christian Church. School, Rainbow Lakes, and that's just to the northeast of there at Knox Road, moving due east. And again, this will be at Tomb Suba in 13 minutes, and Kewanee within 27 minutes. Now, officially, we back 10 out of that. We got 34 minutes, is that about right, on the severe thunderstorm warning? It'll be expiring here in just a little bit. Let's move back to the southern portion of the county as we get ready for Wyandotte to be affected by this coming through. It's at the Long Creek area now. They're at the Volunteer Fire Department in the ball field. This will be at Cliff Williams within 6 minutes and be at Increase in 17 minutes. There's the Girl Scouts as it makes its way there. And then also, y'all be prepared there at Collinsville. Y'all going to get the storm. Now, we got a storm sitting right on top of Clarkdale. Y'all paying attention in Clarkdale with us this afternoon? All right, this is going to be at Increase in about 30 minutes. And as you fan this out and look at this, this is that whole area of Clarkdale coming right across there to subdivision at the school, the pharmacy, there where the fire department is, 145. This takes in, let me close that out there where you can see that. It's going to be Mitcham Bottom Road. Here's the store right here. Dollar General sits over here. This storm is going to be about the eye of it. And again, the storm's coming right across there, but the eye of the storm will pass about a half a mile due south of Mitcham Bottom Road and go right across and make its way to this junction right here. That's going to be Zero Road and Walker Bottom Road. So y'all be ready in Zero as this storm comes across there. Also, still heavy rain back at Dunn's Fall. We see a split second, not raining so hard there at Stuckey's Bridge, but all of this area downtown Meridian is flooding at this point. Newton County, look at y'all. Y'all are getting better. Downtown Newton is better. We've pushed this as far over where the heavy rain now starts at Chunky. All of that area there. Now, the lines have moved just a little bit. Let me see here. 611. Yeah, that updated. All right, we have a storm, and this is out of the watched area. Kelowna, you'll have this in about 28 minutes. Waldrop, you'll have it in about 10 minutes as we look at this. And again, right there, if to give you a general idea of where we are there in Jasper County, that's the Jasper General Hospital. Storms moving through that area, moving to the northeast. There's the lake, Lake Edens there. Basically, the severe thunderstorm line cuts across right there at Paulding and there at the lake. Heavy showers out to the west of downtown Equipment, in between there and Pachuta. We're going to call this the rural route out in the Elwood community as we move up. All right, let's look at, I hadn't talked a lot about our friends that are over here in the edge of Alabama, what's going on in York and these areas here. Right here, McElroy Trucking. Look at the lightning that we've had all around the trucking company. It has been popping. If you own timber company in that area, timberland in that area, it's fearful. We got a lot of rain there as we look at this. Highway 11, here's 20, here's Highway 11. If you're headed toward Demopolis, and 80 in those areas there. All in there. County Road 17. We have a strong storm that is sitting here at Lake Louise, which is to the southwest of York. This will be at York in 5 minutes. So if you're watching me from York, Alabama, be prepared. A storm is right upon you. Scratch Hill. That's right here at Highway 80, right there. That storm is going to be there on you in about 11 minutes as it comes across there. Livingston, moderate rain now. It's just about past Livingston at this point. And as we show here, Demopolis, Alabama, there at the river, we got a severe thunderstorm warning that will last until 6:30 is what we've got there, as this will be at Demopolis in the next 12 minutes. You see that? That moving right there to be at the river there in 12 minutes. Severe thunderstorm warning there also. Kemper County looks good. Scuba, you've got moderate rain at this point. Highway 45 looks better. DeKalb is just light rain. Winston County, you look good as well. And we've got the rain moving out of Noxubee County here, moving to the northeast. And also as we move up, Lowndes around Columbus, the Air Force Base there in Columbus, moving to the east of there, headed toward Reform in Gordo, Alabama. Looking better. As you'll see here, Lauderdale County and all this area, the worst of this. Now, we have had the line move. Let's look at our new severe thunderstorm lines. The city of Meridian has been cleared. And when I say cleared from a storm, not saying that it's not raining, it's not still blowing, it's still heavy there. But the severe thunderstorm line, let's look at where they've moved this to in the last few moments here. This comes across due east of Dunn's Fall, and that's going to be right there at Bassick. It cuts across and will cut right across northeasterly across Valley Road. All this area east of there, and this includes Greg's right there at the Superette, Dollar General, you're under this. And the Evangel Temple is the line of where the severe thunderstorm cuts across out to the Ag Center in Lauderdale County, taking in Rainbow Lakes, moving northeasterly, taking in Dalewood, and right through the rodeo arena there at Rouse House in Lauderdale to the state line. So anywhere east of Lauderdale to the state line, east of Russell to the state line, Kewanee, you're in this. Anywhere east of the Ag Center, including anywhere east of the Evangel Temple, still under severe thunderstorm warning for Lauderdale County until 6:45. That gives us 30 minutes remaining on this. Hurricane Creek, you will have this storm within 24 minutes. It will be at your front door at 6:38 p.m. tonight. Now, is there a chance that this could speed up and this die down a little bit? It sure could. We hope so, as we see a break now. Look at Newton County. Boy, that looks better. The western side of the county is looking great, as we see that we have the clear for just rain now out by the prison. Anywhere out by Stuckey's Bridge looks good now. Meehan, you're in the clear now. Highway 19, Collinsville, you look good now. Chet's Paint and Body. Rain is moving east of you in the school. You're good. We've got the worst of the rain past Highland Park. We still have heavy showers still coming down on North Hill Street as you get into Marion. But the worst of this will be after you get past the industrial park and you get to the railroad tracks there at Highway 80, as your Highway 11 and 80 there at Russell. That's going to be where the heavier stuff is there. But starting to break up. Now, we still have heavy rains that are still going to be approaching all you folks there in the Clarkdale area. It's not done yet. You've got this coming in the next few moments there. Let's look at this. This is Valley Road. This is going to be Bronson Road. This is that dirt road. And if I'm not mistaken, pretty serious mud hole about right here, isn't it? Every time I've been down that road, it's been a mud hole there. That'll eventually take you back to Highway 11. As we come across, here's 145. This is T.M. Jones Road, the little curvy road there. Here's the ball field here as you're coming up through there, winding up through there. Heavy rain till you make it all the way to 45, and that's the old store that sits there at the top of the hill. I think they made apartments out of that now, if I'm not mistaken. Here's the county line there. Here's Valley Road, Oak Grove Church. Look at that rain that we've got there. Highway 11 right up to the Clark County line. Be careful. 2-lane road. We don't want anything to happen to you. Very treacherous in those areas there. Now let's move into Clark County. Look at some more in Clark County. All around Clarko State Park looks good. The heavier rain will pick up there at Roy. Go to Clarkdale. Showers there at Pachuta are pretty heavy. Worse as you go east of there. Now, let's just look at that. It's going to be, they're calling that Quitman. It's not quite Quitman. Let's get a road. This is Sue and Lovey. We'll call it Sue and Lovey is where this is, as it makes its way there at the fork of County Road 120 and 130. Here's the co-op. Rain fast approaching that area once again. That rural route right there has got it there. And again, not raining at Jay's at this point. We rain free there at Highway 18 at Harmony Baptist. Most of the worst of that's going to be at that northern portion. Now, can this rain that's approaching here affect it in the next little bit? Sure could. This Jasper County has a little bit here in the southern corner. Jones County, all of that could be under a severe thunderstorm warning until about 7:15 is what we're looking at on that. Let's turn off locations and look at the big picture to see how much better that looks. Looks way better than it did a few moments ago as we get these updates. 6:19 at this point. Let me do a refresh on this. Looking better every moment there. All right, now let's go back and look at what we've got when it comes to power outages. And we'll also look at Mississippi Power as well. All right, let's pull up EMEPA as we look at this. Close this out. Good bit out at this point. Let's look at Kemper County again around Scuba. We got 47 people without power just east of Highway 39, this area here. 30 people, and then over near the Bogachita area as we look at this is going to be Highway 21. Right there. This is going to be south. Here's Preston, Linville area. We got about 31 people there without power. Now let's back out as we get into the Moscow area there. Here's Highway 16. We got about 12 people without power. We come down to the Meridian area, and as we'll see here, about 118 right in this area here. This includes Nellyburg, Woods Road area. 28 people there without power. Here's Allen Swamp Road. It's just to the southwest of there. 3 people out here. The Bailey area, we got a few folks without power here. Here's Bailey, 493. Let's look here and cut across. Brown Hook Road, Fellowship Road. This is that sharp curve that goes up to AC Brown Road. Most everybody on that road is without power. And we cut back across here, and there's about 27 Timberlake Road. That area there, Timberlake Circle. Y'all are without power also. As we fan out and we come back into this. Now again, here's Old Highway 80. North Lakeland Drive, Brewer Road. Y'all are without power there. That's about 43 people there. We have roughly over here near Wolf Springs, Skyland Drive. This is going to be out near the old TV station on top of the hill there, near the Evangel Temple. We're going to have about 52 people without power there. All right, let's keep going south as we do this. Enterprise, y'all have about 14 people without it. Energy, about 12. And then we get into the DeSoto area down here in southern Clark County, about 36 people without power there. So this is showing you where we've had the worst wind. Kemper County took a lick right around Scuba. That's a major outage for Kemper County as well. Now, let me go here, and we're going to pull up. I'm going to find it. I got it handy. Let's look at Mississippi Power, and we're going to look at Southern Pine and Central, all of these together. Let's go to Mississippi Power first, as we see here. Mississippi Power as well has got several people without power in the city. As you'll see here, this is 21 there. Out on Highway 80, we've got about 20 customers there. A total of 400 people without power, stretching from Russell. We've got a little bit around Pachuta. Even Shibuda, we've got a little power outage there. One customer out of power down in the Shibuda area as we look at that with Mississippi Power. Louin, as we were talking about this wind we had in there. Now, here's some significance at Newton. As you'll see, it's about 200 people there without power. And I remember someone telling us right over here in Lawrence that they had lost power. About 30 people there in Lawrence without power there also. As we look at this is the Mississippi Power side. Marion, we got about 100 people without power in the city of Marion. As we look at this, it's going to be on Confederate Drive, Shroud Street, Forest Street, if you're in there, where the animal control is. Here's Town Hall, and this is Confederate Drive right here. So all of the apartments that are there on Confederate Drive are without power at this point. Now, let's take a look. Here's what we've got looking north of here. Newton. Look at this around Lake. 1,015. Before you get into Philadelphia, 700 people without power. So it's major power outages throughout the area as this storm has come across. And again, most of this area here was where it was coming. The original storms there where it was real heavy. 186 around Morton. Let's go ahead and look at this of what we've got going on in Newton County also. Bay Springs area, 500 people without power. As we go to the Newton area, look at that, about 1,000 people here to the west side of Newton without power. Up around Decatur, we're going to call that, say 67 people roughly without power. So we've had some major power outages this afternoon as the guys try to get together. And again, they couldn't travel until things were safe to get out on the road. All right, we're going to go back to radar here in just a minute. Let's see what we've got. Lightning bad in the Clarkdale area, Kay says. No lights in the house community. Good bit of rain for 30 minutes in the Duffy area. Hopewell Road, Little Rock area without power. Much better than Conehatta, Mark says. That's good. Let's see here. Hey, April, how are you doing there? Energy still getting, Ashley says it's pouring down rain there in Energy. All right, let's go back here and pull up radar. Now, as you can tell, Clark County is going to get some more rain. This is Jasper County. That's a strong sail here as it comes across. We're going to get more rain there. Let's downtown Meridian looks good. You're in the clear. It's moved into Alabama at this point. Tumsuba, it's breaking up. Marion, you're good. There's moderate rain from Chunky all the way to Tumsuba. But again, it's not bad at all. Those are your safe zones at this point. What we're still watching, and we just had an update, as you'll see there, new lines being drawn by the National Weather Service for us as to where the thunderstorm warning is located. Let's look at what's left of this. This is going to cut across at Clarkdale High School. And the reason they didn't take Clarkdale out is right there. We still got the storm to the west there coming across there. So if you're sitting there at Clarkdale, anywhere around Greg's, that area there, it's still some rain going to come across. Greg's up here by the Evangel Temple looks great at this point. Some power outages there, but just due south of there about, let's do a distance here. If you go from Greg's just due south of there, that's roughly about 2 miles due south of Greg's. If you start there at his intersection, Mount Horeb Road, and go due south, that's where you're going to get into the heavy, heavy rain there. Take that off. Now, as we come across, I think somebody had asked what was going on in the Long Creek, Causeyville area. There at the Causeyville ball field, it is raining cats and dogs, as the old folks used to say. This storm is moving to the due east area. Will be at Yantley, Alabama in 17 minutes, Cromwell in 28 minutes, and making its way on into Molly into Alabama there. But as you'll see here, headed directly toward the racetrack as we see this Highway 19. Let's get a little closer on this and look at some of these roads here. Here's Causeyville, Why Not Road. McRae Lake, heavy rain on top of it right now. Let me turn this off. J.W. Reynolds Road, some of the worst that we've got right now. And this is where the eye of this comes across from Causeyville Road. Here's Water Valley Church. This will cross Lon Goodman Road. J.W. Reynolds Road, where all that meets there, and then cut right across Mosley Lake Road. Strong, heavy there at the racetrack now as it moves toward the Bama line. Chapel Hill, Alabama, y'all be ready. You'll have it in about 30 minutes there. So after you get past Southeast School, there at the school that's breaking up, still heavy at the Boy Scouts. But the worst of it, the worst that we've got there on 19 is right there at Why Not, there at the racetrack. From there to the Bama state line, use caution. All around Causeyville Ballpark, we've still got a lot of rain coming down right now. And again, the eye of the storm sitting right there at Causeyville Road on top. What is that little road? It doesn't really have a name, does it? Grantham Road is right over here to the east, but I'm not getting a name on that. Here's JW. Y'all know this area. What that could be a driveway of some sort. That's Grantham Road there. It's sitting right there at Collinsville in the curve going due east. Let's see here. Now, severe thunderstorm warning here. Let's look at this that has been prompted. This is Sumter again. This is until 7:15. This stuff just keeps going and going. Remains in effect on 7:15 for Marengo and southern Sumter counties. 6:26, about 2 minutes ago, a severe thunderstorm was located along a line extending from Demopolis to near Keenersbisch, moving east at 20 miles an hour. Golf ball size, hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. That's pretty dangerous, isn't it? Demopolis, Linden, Jefferson, those areas there are in the eye of this storm as it moves to the east there. So be careful south of Cuba. Here's Linden, Alabama, right there. All right, Quitman, you've got another storm, and again, this stuff in Quitman could be extended, depending upon what this does. Now, if you'll look at this, the heart of this area right here, Lake Edens, is not under a severe thunderstorm warning, but You can't tell me that it's not raining hard, can you? If you're sitting there, you know it is. It's heavy, patches of it there. South of Heidelberg, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning, and that will last until 7:15. No severe thunderstorm warning here. As you cross that Clark County line there, Pachuta, we got a storm sitting on top of Pachuta that will be in equipment in 18 minutes, reach DeSoto within 22 minutes, and then over to Davis within 24 minutes. Now, we have another storm that is just due west of the city limits of Quitman. It will be in Quitman within 6 minutes. Anybody watching Clark County? Y'all be prepared for this. 6 minutes, you're going to have this storm. And you'll look at this. Let me turn on these locations so you'll see this. Here's the co-op. This will go as far north. Here's 513, 145 at Palestine Road is where the northern tip of that storm is as it comes across downtown Quitman. East Church Street, here's the high school there. We got a storm just due north of Pachuta that will make it to Quitman, as I mentioned a minute ago. And as it moves through Quitman downtown area, the eye of it will head out to where the dump is. There's a ton out there. Jay's Taxidermy is that line of that severe thunderstorm warning. Enterprise, you're in the clear now. Isn't that good to know? Stonewall, you're still under the severe thunderstorm warning here at the Piggly Wiggly, all that area. Clarkdale, you're still under it. But again, the worst of what we're seeing is at Pachuta moving east toward Quitman. Enterprise has got the all clear. It won't be long before Clarkdale is given the all clear. It's breaking up there. That's good news. And we've got heavy rain across here in Sumter County as we look at that storm there. And we look at that in Kennerbush, I believe is what they're calling that. Ward, Alabama, some of the worst that they've got there in Bama right now. Downtown Meridian is good. Northern Lauderdale County, you are in the clear at this point. As we see here, here's Meridian. We got something happening here. What was this? 52-mile-an-hour wind gust that was measured at the Meridian ASOS Keyfield is what they've given that. Heavy, heavy wind there at Keyfield, 52 miles an hour as it come across Keyfield. Pretty strong. The southwest corner of Lauderdale County, all remaining under this severe thunderstorm warning for, we've got 13 minutes remaining on this. That's what we've got. Kemper County, we give the all clear. Neshoba County, we give the all clear on. Winston County, we give the all clear on. Everything is a few moderate showers east of Mahana Bridge as we look at what's going on in Noxubee County, but we give the clear for it as well. Northern Lauderdale County, we give the clear on. Newton County, you are clear. Scott County, you are clear as well. Atala, you look great also. It's everything south of I-20 that we're still watching in Mississippi at this point. Taylorsville getting a lot of rain. As we see Bay Springs just about out of the clear. Let's put this into motion as you'll see what's going to happen over the next 30 to 40 minutes there. As you'll see, this stuff is pushing right across through here. Now, let me check something. Make you look at me for just a moment. What I wanted to do is pull up some wind gusts to show you what's going on with the gust in the area. As we pull this up, here's Meridian. As we see this, downtown Meridian getting about 27-mile-an-hour gust at this point. As we move, look at the difference after you get out of Meridian. Here's Marion, you're at 16, and once you get past that up near Lauderdale, 8, 10, 9 miles an hour, not bad. You get back over to Hickory, look at that, down to 7. As you get to Chunky, as this is moving toward Meridian there, 14 miles an hour. East of Meridian, as you follow it out, here's Highway 19, out at Rodney, somewhere around 25 mile an hour at this point. Enterprise, we're still holding it. Gust of about 10. Downtown Quitman, we got some gust of about 17, so it is getting better as we look at this. Collinsville, 9 miles an hour. Union, look at that, 4 miles an hour. That's a lot better. Walnut Grove, 7. Forest, 5. Decatur, down to about 7. And still a lot of wind in the Philadelphia area. There's gusts over about 25 miles an hour. Bama, 18 in Livingston. York, you got about 17 miles an hour. Butler, you're clocking at about 13 miles an hour when it comes to gust at this point as we look back at that, just to give you a general idea of what we've got. Now, let's see if we've gotten any updates. So let's look here at the power. It's still holding steady as the power companies are out trying to track all this stuff down, as we see that EMEPA still a large portion in Kemper County without power. Southwest of Meridian, 125 there. We've still got about roughly 100. Clark County without power there. They've gotten some of these on in these areas there. They've been working on Clark County, as you can tell. That's helping. Kemper County staying steady in the dark up there at this point. They're working on it, but have not solved the problem as we look at that. So, all right, let's go back to radar. Let's do a hard reboot on this. All right, here's our lines of what we've got. And as you can see, the colors have changed dramatically as we've been watching this. Lauderdale County, although it still remains under a severe thunderstorm warning, that threat is diminishing quickly as we look at this. You see Tumsuba here. It's heavy rain, y'all, but it's moderate compared to what we had. As we look at this, still lightning. Let's see when this struck. Don't want to tell me, does it? It does not. .627. That was 10 minutes ago. So that is good news, as we're seeing here that the lightning strikes has been at least the earliest that we got was 5 minutes ago. So we're showing signs that the lightning is moving east from here. Let's get into Clark County and look at this. 6:33. That was 5 minutes ago. And 6:29. So the lightning has more or less calmed down in these areas here. Over here in Alabama, it's cutting a rug at this point. Almost like Johnny's playing his fiddle at this point over there, isn't it? Quitman. We got a little thunderstorm there that's going to go through the city here in about 6 minutes. It will arrive at 6:42 as it comes through there. Again, we're starting to have this break up. Now, I want you to, this again will expire at 6:45. We don't have long left on this. 7 minutes left on that. Doesn't mean, as you'll look at this, now there's no severe thunderstorm warning coming out of Heidelberg, but we do see here that it's going to be some rain. If you're watching from Shibuya, I want y'all to know that as this ends, it's going to rain, and it's going to rain heavy. I'll watch all this behind the scenes, and should it become a point to where y'all need to be updated on it, we'll go back live. Downtown Quitman, as we mentioned, 6 minutes. Look at that storm that is on top of Quitman at this point. If you're sitting there, it's raining pretty hard there. Let's see here. Dalewood, everything's good in the Dalewood area there. Let's see. Sunshine and House now. How that stuff works, isn't it there? Let's see here. Again, Dalewood, all that area there looks, there's some rain there, but it's broken up. The worst is gone. Only in the southeast corner out around Wyandotte is still heavy, but no severe thunderstorms expected there as this is moving east out of Lauderdale County. It will expire within 6 minutes now. We still watch this heavy rain here in Clark County. I'm not expecting this at this point for this to be extended, although we do have we got these two areas here that are pretty strong of still pouring rain at Pachuta and also downtown Quitman. And this goes all the way out to Archusa. Boy, if you could fill up Archusa with this, it'd be helpful, wouldn't it? Highway 512, you're going to get a lot of rain, and it will be just east of 513 as the eye of this thing passes through. But from 513 all the way up here almost to the airport there, the landing strip there in Clark County, the worst of the rain that we've got there. Here's Stonewall if you're coming into Clark County. The the co-op all around the high school getting rain there. This is the backside of Archusa on the backside of the school there. Still rain on Highway 18. Clarko State Park getting moderate showers if you're out there. Worst of you is south of there. We're starting to see this breaking up now around Clarkdale, moving due east of there at this point. Isn't that good? It is. Still thunder and lightning in Meridian. We're getting a little bit of that, but it's not what it was. So there's Meridian there. It's a little lightning, don't get me wrong, but it ain't bad. It's not the yellow, as I sometimes repeat myself, if you see these lightning bolts that are yellow, this is actual hits that it struck something. This is in the air, that right there, that yellow. It was a lot of thunder and lightning in the air, but it didn't strike right there. This, anywhere you see this yellow, it came in contact with a tree, it come in contact with a building, it hit something. So, and glance over here to Alabama, where we've had just tremendous amounts of this stuff here. You see that? They've had a tremendous amount of lightning as it come across there. Linden, Alabama got a little storm headed its way as well. Jefferson, 15 minutes. Demopolis, you've got storms all around you as well. And this is going to last until 7:15 for y'all. So you've got another 30, 35, 40 minutes remaining there in Alabama. I fully expect this to expire here in the next little bit here in Clark County. Now, what did they just do there? They're going to extend this southern portion, the Shibuda area here till 7:30 is what they're doing here. This is the rain moving out of Heidelberg, as I mentioned, that is headed toward Shibuda. Right there, they're going to put that till 7:30. See that area there, south of Quitman to Shibuda, that will be under until 7:30. And again, we'll watch that, and if it gets bad, we will come back and cover that should it be that. Now, as we look at this storm track, it will be at Nancy in 3 minutes, Goodwater in 2 minutes. Shibuda, that storm will be there in about 18 minutes. We've got another storm that's moving out of Heidelberg back here, cutting across, that will be at Goodwater in 14 minutes. And it'll take 30 minutes for this storm around Heidelberg to actually reach Shibuda. So, and that puts it at about that time of 7:30. That's what we're watching on that. But they did give us this severe thunderstorm warning. That rain was heavy there, for what they've got there. Again, we'll watch this, and I'll watch this closely, and we'll come back live should that become something here in the next little bit. As this starts to expire, we lack 2 minutes here in Lauderdale County. Look at the fog that we're getting now. Let me turn this off for just a second. Look at the fog that we now have. That is strong. You mix that with rain, thunderstorms, and you just can't see, can you? This goes all the way up to the airport there, southward toward Enterprise and those areas, and really thick at Pachuta, downtown Quitman, Stonewall, those areas. Just a tidbit for you to keep in mind there. As you see Lauderdale County dwindling down at this point, a lot of rain here coming up on Linden, Alabama. We've talked about it several times. Whitfield, Alabama, these areas here around Demopolis, all this moving to the east toward Demopolis. Livingston looks good now. You're in the clear. Kemper County, you're in the clear. Clark County is going to be the only county that we want to watch, and eventually this coming out of Jones County, it might do something. As you see these arrows as this moving to the east there, could fire something off of Wayne County. So we'll watch that as well. We'll be on top of it, and I'm going to stay with you to this expires. We've got about 60 seconds remaining on this Lauderdale County in northern Clark County. It will expire also, as you'll see there, until 6:45. That's coming out. And then we've got the severe thunderstorm watch until 8 o'clock. And then the southern portion here of Clark County, right along in here, south of Jay's Taxidermy to the county line, is going to be under a severe thunderstorm warning until 7:30, giving it roughly 45 minutes remaining on that. Newton looks good. Let me double check here and make sure we hadn't got any messages of damage anywhere. All right, let's see here. All right, we got an accident at Jimmy Rogers Parkway. There are no injuries. It's going to be just east of town there on 20. Right out here. Clark County, County Road 130 and 311. We have trees across those roads in Clark County. Again, let me back this out where you can see as I talk about this. A tree across County Road 130 and County Road 311. Okay, we have a wreck now at the split right here. This is a truck and a trailer wreck, so I'm assuming that's an 18-wheeler that was headed north into Meridian there at the split. The trailer's in the ditch, and the truck, the nose of it, is still sitting in the road. So we've got right there is what we got here in that curve. That's one of the first wrecks we've had since they repaved that there. But again, a wreck there. All right, let's see what else we've got. Any other damage? Okay, down trees, Blue Mo Diner. We got a picture of that on the page. We just got another tree on County Road 450 in Clark County. I'm getting that from the sheriff. Anthony's all over that. And Eric Clark checked in with me in Neshoba County. Blue Mo Junction was the biggest area there. Let's see what this one was. The road, we had a tree down at Pigford Lake Road in Lauderdale County on Highway 80. That's been cleared now. All right, no changes there. And I'm gonna put this up because this is just interesting of the way this looks of the storm clouds. Let me put this up. And we're going to show some. I want to show some more pictures before we get out of here. I think y'all need to see some of these of what I'm getting in here. And you have to forgive me. I've done some of this one-handed. I'm not the best doing things one-handed, but we got it up there. Let's go back here and pull up the page and do a refresh where you can see what we've got here that have come in. Let me refresh that. Didn't want to act right. Imagine that. Okay, let's pull this up as we go to the page. This is the view at Sam's. Look at those dark clouds as this came across Lauderdale County. Look at that. That was big, dark, and I know a lot of you were sitting in your homes looking at this in reality to where it was harder for me to see it from where I was sitting, but strong looking at these pictures that way. Here is B Street. Look at this. This is still leaking there. I'm going to back this up. We've had a leak here. Y'all see that? B Street has been gushing water since last night, I think. Somewhere around midnight, this began, and wow. Lots of water there has come out of there. So let's see what else we've got that has come up. Several different pictures of that. All right, this is West Lauderdale Elementary, near West Lauderdale Elementary. Look at the hail that was coming down there. A bunch of it, wasn't it? And then that was Little Rock. I think we may have showed that before. Yeah, we showed those. Those are the most current pictures that we've gotten. That's a lot of water. So we're watching that. Let's go back and just take a quick look at radar, what the National Weather Service is doing now. Lauderdale County is out of the severe thunderstorm warning as we look at this, and only here Jones County has got one. Got to have the little button pushed. Jones County has a thunderstorm warning until 7:15, and this lower end of Clark County is going to have this until 7:30 tonight. As we look at this, Quitman south of Quitman past Jay's Taxidermy all the way to Shibuda under a severe thunderstorm warning. The threat is over for Newton, Scott, Lauderdale County, Myrtlewood getting some showers there over in Alabama, Linden, Alabama. Everything else looks good. We will continue to monitor this in this southern portion of Clark County until 7:30. It's about 40 minutes remaining on that. Should something come up, we'll let you know without a shadow of a doubt. What is this right here going on in Winston County? Yeah, they had that 1-inch size hail there. Knox Pater, I think we looked at that. But that's an overview of what we've had. Thank you for joining us today as we've watched this weather. We certainly appreciate it. We do hope you have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Again, let me remind you, we have a severe weather threat for tomorrow as well. Let me show you that area as we look at tomorrow. This is the severe weather threat for tomorrow. It's a level 2 for areas. As we look at this, let me zoom in on this, show you. Scuba. You're under level 2 for tomorrow, and everything north, including Wahalak northward, taken in Winston County, Noxubee County, and small areas there of Neshoba. Highway 15 a little bit there, and as we'll see, 21 where it meets 491. We've got a threat there as well. So something to watch. And then also, well, we can't leave out Memorial Day itself. We have a level 1 for all the area on Memorial Day. So it could be a wet one as we watch this. And let me give you your forecast one more time before we depart there. There's your outlook as we look at this over the next 7 days. 91 was expected today as we show this, increasing to a 70% chance of rain on Memorial Day. That could interfere with a few cookouts. Most likely we're going to start seeing these Memorial Day services moved indoors. I haven't officially gotten word on Lauderdale County yet, but if your community is moving yours indoors, a change of venue, please let us know in boxes so we can pass it along to everyone else. Erica, good morning there. Afternoon, rather, from Causeyville. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate you. God bless you. And we will be here behind the scenes watching everything. Let us know what's happening in your community, and we'll pass that along. Thanks, God bless, and we'll see you soon.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.